The man arrived at the palace with wooden shackles on his hands and feet. The king stood up in shock. All the officials saluted him, for the man was the most outstanding official in the city. To ensure the citizens had water to drink, he dug 10,000 wells in the city, helping the people get through the severe drought. To prevent the disaster victims from starving to death, he dared to risk beheading and led his subordinates to cut their official robes, enable the disaster victims to legally enter the city to receive food. But the man was also a corrupt official. He worried that as he grew older, he would no longer be able to take care of his blind daughter. He obtained $10 million from wealthy merchants in the name of borrowing money. Later, the matter was exposed. He put on the shackles himself and went to the palace to plead guilty to the king. The citizens cried as they saw him off. Other officials found it inconceivable that the man had engaged in corruption. As the man prepared to kneel down, the king stopped him. Because the king knew everything the man had done for the citizens, he walked up to the man, looking at the man's hands full of calluses with a heart full of concern. The king asked them if they could do this much for the people. The other officials hung their heads in shame. The king said that such a good official had committed an unforgivable capital crime. Earlier, some officials had pleaded for the man. The king also wanted to give him another chance, but after seeing the man's hands, the king knew that if he spared the man, all future good officials serving the citizens would use this incident as an excuse to embezzle money. The king must sentence the man to death in accordance with the law. The man knelt down to thank the king. Unable to bear the sight, the king turned around and left. The man turned and headed for the execution platform. The officials knelt on one knee to see him off. This is the highest honor they can bestow upon anyone other than the king. The man told the other officials not to repeat his mistake. Later, when the man arrived at the execution platform, the king's order arrived. The man thought the king had changed his mind, but the king only sent a handkerchief. He wanted the man to die with dignity. The man thanked the king for acknowledging his achievements. He calmly accepted his fate.